she's here! Today, I'm going to be building my very own garden room. She shed, femme den, babe cave, whatever you want to call it. With the help of Craig, obviously. Oh, fire in the hole! I've never built anything in my life. That's a lie. I built the world's most incredible bird box. The customers love it. But that's about the height of it. A box. So I believe this is going to be a bit of a challenge.
Come on, Trevor, let's go!
Mate, there is no instructions. Not only have we never built anything together before, but this garden is also on a 6-degree wonk. It's on a hell of a wonk, innit? I have never been more excited in my whole life to have my own space. I have got major plans for this garden room. So this is the garden room that I've gone for, the Helena 18.6, and this is the inspiration. This is the kind of style I want to go for, the interior design. I want it to be quite vintage, cottage with a splash of grandma around the edges. So stick around to see the transformation from empty garden, that looks wrong, it's upside down, to fully built studio. Wish me luck.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, yourself?
I don't think I've ever been this excited in my life. Like, not even for Christmas. And that's saying something.
So it turns out we're going to take off each individual log one by one. I assumed you'd just have a crane and you'd just drop it off. Manual labour this morning.
All the precious bits that we couldn't get wet, we popped in the cottage.
Yeah, so this is the 50mm, that's for the roof, and the 40mm, all this loose ones, that's
You can never rely on the old Scottish weather, and we didn't want to damage any of the new girl before we'd even got her built. New roof! So Stefan, the delivery guy, said usually it takes a 2-man team 2 days to build one of these from scratch with the base and the cabin. So I'm gonna give us 14 as a base, but a challenge we are up for. It took 2.5 hours to unload the van, and I did it all in my pyjamas. Alright, well that took an age. Does it come with instructions?
Stefan's going to show us how to lay out the base. Still can't believe we're doing this on our own.
Stefan gave us a quick 5-minute brief on how the whole thing should be built. I absolutely understood everything that he said. I was kind of hoping that he would offer to help, but he was a busy guy and I know we had other work to do. After quickly realising we didn't have all the tools we would need, I was terrified of him leaving. Mainly because I'd dressed myself inside out this morning, and if I can't even dress right, how am I going to build a full cabin? Everyone, pray for us. All good. So yesterday Craig asked me the question, why do you want to build this space for yourself? And although I do just need a space of my own, there is a story behind why I want to build this garden room. Back in 2008, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was a happy 17-year-old teenager working in TK Maxx at the time and living life for the weekends. I found a lump just above my left collarbone, and eventually I went to get it checked out with the doctors. After loads of blood tests and biopsies, they said those dreaded words, "You have cancer," and that I would need chemotherapy to treat it. It literally was the craziest time of my life.
Big day today, so I got you a little prezzy. Today is Amy's 16 years all clear from cancer. So it's a cancerversary. So I got you some bits for your studio, babes.
I love you.
Hope it matches the vibe.
What if it doesn't?
Then I'll have to go back.
Ooh, box in a box. What's this?
This is a feng shui lucky tree.
Stop it.
You can splay it out, it's made from copper. In feng shui theory, placing a tree with leaves like this in your office can attract wealth and luck.
Wow, that was really thoughtful, Craig. Thank you.
And it's cherry blossoms as well, so just reminds you that you've got a husband.
You're a future husband.
Where's your engagement ring gone? Seems as though you lost it.
Misplaced,
Yeah.
Craig. It is somewhere, but we haven't seen it for a few months now.
So whilst you're looking for it, you can just be reminded by this little fella.
I love it. You know I'm all about the feng shui, Craig. Thank you. I love it. Oh! Ooh! It's lovely.
You don't like it, do you?
No, I love it. It's just not the right colour.
Just didn't like it, it's going back.
It's not that I don't like it, because that is a beautiful kettle. I just know the one I want already. It's slightly different.
Fair enough. Right, get on the job site then, you're late.
Okay, we've got our beautifully strummed garden. And first things first, the base. So we're going to lay it out, make sure we've got all the right pieces, make sure it's square, and then staple it together. No, and then nail it together. We're not going to use staples.
Alright, faces down in place. As you can see,
It's massive.
and it's on a hell of a wonk. That's the camera straight there, and that's how much the slope goes down. We have to do some digging today, babe, to make it fit.
I don't mind. I'll do whatever. I don't care. When we first measured it out a few weeks ago, we didn't account for the veranda, which is this bit. We decided to go with the veranda because it's just going to be amazing. Rocking chair, you know, we've got the most incredible views up here. So it'd be a real shame not to have like a little overhanging roof where we can just enjoy it all.
So you might be wondering, what are we going to put this house on? These wooden spikes is what we're going to use. So they get hammered into the ground, then you attach them to the bottom of the deck, and then hopefully they hold it. So you've got 21 of these. We've got 4 smaller ones for the back, and the rest of them are this big. So we'll stick them in and then cut off all the excess. Fingers crossed this is going to work. So this is the current position. I think Amy wants to shift it. Where do you want it?
Here.
Alright, Amy, here's your maul hammer.
Thanks very much.
Let's see how easy these spikes are to put in.
That's heavy.
It's so heavy, isn't it? I would say it'd hold a few, but I don't want to lose an arm.
I would stand right back if I was you.
Maybe just like put it between your feet first and just tap it in a little bit. Is it going in?
No.
It's gonna be a long day, lads.
Hey!
Okay, right then, show us your tackers. Don't miss. Oh, nice.
Oh, she did it.
Go on, Trev.
What's this? Every time you hit it, it puts like a ton's worth of weight.
£1,000 of pressure. It depends on your technique though, it's probably about £3.
Oh, no. There's 3,000.
Does it feel like it's not gonna go anymore?
No, babe. We're quite far off.
Alright, that was kind of a tester, but also we realised that you're supposed to put them against the corners of the deck and then hammer it in, because this is facing the wrong direction.
Uh-oh.
So if we put that in and screwed the deck to it, it would have been like skew F. It was in pretty tight though. Ready to put the first nail in?
Yeah, I am.
Do you know how to use it?
You press the button.
Nice!
Whoa! First nail gone in. Fire in the hole. Ah! Stop it! Oh my God, you cannot. All right, so while we're continuing with the build, I just want to talk to you about the space behind me. You'll probably know if you're doing a renovation that things need to keep moving. So even though we're working on the garden studio, we have to think about the next project. And the next project is a big one. So we'd like to thank this week's sponsor, Fiverr. We have got big dreams of transforming this back garden area into a decked out paradise. Think cozy vibes, gorgeous lighting, a place to host friends, a sauna, a cold plunge, outdoor showers, all of it. But let's be real, we've only got ideas, not 3D animation skills. Enter Fiverr, where anything is possible with a freelancer. Fiverr is basically our secret weapon for those I don't really know how to do that moments. And trust me when I say they've got people for everything. Need a logo? Boom. Want your nan's cat turned into an oil painting? Weird, but they've got it. Need a 3D deck design for very fussy DIYers? They've got us covered. So we teamed up with Nana, who has been designing an incredible 3D concept of our future decking area. She's got a top-rated profile with great reviews. And after seeing her portfolio, we knew she was our girl. Plus, Fiverr even offers one-to-one consultations now, so you can talk directly with freelancers and make sure the project is just right. We tailored the freelancer to our budget, and the project was complete in just 3 days. All we've got to do is build it. So if you need help on anything, get 10% off your first order. Head to the link in our description. Good stuff.
Alright, we've run into a problem because we're building it on such a slope. None of it's like level and aligned, it's all kind of wonky. We're going to build wooden platforms on each corner, make sure they're all level, and then put it all together, because then it'll be straight. Otherwise, it could be starting off on the wrong foot. This is how high they'd need to come, and Amy doesn't want it like that because it's just going to be so encroaching. Like the deck would literally be here. Unfortunately, we didn't want to do this, but we're going to have to dig that top square out so that we can drop the base lower. We've got to get the spades out, do some digging. You excited?
No.
Amy's fuming. She's like, I wanted to build it today.
So the type of cancer I had was a blood cancer called Hodgkin's lymphoma. There are 4 stages to cancer, so the higher the number, the more places that it spread to. So I was stage 2. It was in my neck and in my chest. So the lump just above my collarbone was kind of like the size of half a ping pong ball. It was like the most visible symptom. I also had a really terrible cough. My chest was sore to touch, but the main issue was my itchy legs. I literally used to take a hairbrush and just scratch the life out of them. They were so itchy. I was told that I would need 8 months of chemotherapy. And my first question was, am I gonna lose my hair? My doctor told me that there would be a 50-50% chance that I would lose my hair. But they had many contacts to help me find a wig if I wished to have one. That was the worst part for me, I think. Being a 17-year-old girl, losing your hair, it was terrifying.
Evening, lads. Today went to plan. Trev had a sulk and stropped off.
I did, I'm sorry.
Left me on my Todd, and this is where we're at. So I basically have just dug out a big trench. So now, because I've dropped the back, front's going to be way lower and it's going to look way more in tune with the garden. It was about this high before.
Yeah.
So we've dropped it like 2 or 3 feet, which is great.
Well done, babes.
Fancy putting this frame together or what?
I'm busy, bro.
You don't want the studio then, do you? Alright lads, we've got our base. We've measured the squareness. It's pretty square. So next stage is putting our posts in. So I'm going to hammer this guy in, see if he actually goes in, because we've got to some thick clay here. So fingers crossed. It's that.
You can do it, Craig. Nice.
He didn't want to go in. The clay's too hard, so we'll figure that out at the end and we'll do some more at the front instead.
Do that later.
Finish that later. How are we going to hit the top of that?
Hoppa! Oh! Morning guys, welcome to another day of building this mammoth shed. So yesterday it didn't go as well as planned. There was a lot of mathematical equations that we had to figure out. Took a while. Took a little bit of time. So we're back today and Craig's got a plan. A POA if you like. A plan of attack. And we're hoping to get at least the base done today. Yeah?
Yeah, whatever she said.
Because I'm the boss. Never forget it. So this is where we're at this morning. This is what we managed to get done yesterday. Sweet FA. What's the plan?
The plan is we build the rest of this bottom part, then we bang the stakes in and coach bolt the stakes to the base.
Do you think we'll start building the actual thing today?
If you stop chatting, then yeah.
And that's a pay cut for you, for the cheek.
Come on, Trevor, let's go!
Sunshine, boys! Yes, when it comes on the playlist. Considering we had never built anything before, I think we were getting on quite well. I mean, I think we were doing it right. We'd only had one argument so far, and the Christmas music was helping a lot.
These guys are way too big, so when you're starting to hammer them in, you hammer in like super high. So I'm just cutting them down so I can hammer it properly.
What have you done to your good jumper?
Caught it on a nail in the house. Be careful in there, lads, it's dangerous.
Okay, so we've done it all. We were measuring as we went and leveling as we went. However, we want to see as a collective if it's level and if it's square. So we're just going to measure it now. Everybody pray. Spot on. Spot on.
285?
Yeah, bro. 285.
Come on, Trevor!
Spot on.
Yeah!
That's so good.
Yes! Right, we need to cut all these off now.
I was going to make cheeseburgers and ice cream.
Well done, Dave. Proud of you.
Proud of you. We need to get like a fun handshake now. Now we just got to chop down all of the big posts to make it nice and neat to be able to put the insulation and the floor on. It's absolutely chucking it down now. Craig was like, oh no, the instructions. Mate, there is no instructions. There's no bit by bit, step by step, nothing. It's just like administer the base and make sure the posts are at least 50 millimeters apart or something. What?
We've got 2 saws.
I didn't hear that.
Finally, we got a flat, level, sturdy base. What's weird is when you look at it, because the posts, some of them are a little bit wonky, it doesn't look that flat, but I can assure you it is.
We've dug down enough so that it only comes up to here, because I think it was up here to begin with, but digging that corner was just a nightmare. This is what we're dealing with. I wanted steps up anyway, so...
You says digging that corner was a nightmare. She actually went in the bus and had a cup of tea. It was a nightmare for me, but I got it done.
So I later found out that hair loss due to chemotherapy isn't just restricted to your head. It takes your eyebrows, your eyelashes, your armpit hairs, your leg hairs, your bum hole, and even your nose hairs. You could see right up to my brain if you were sat down. I think what was the most scary was that I didn't know anybody my age that had cancer at that time. I had nobody to talk to about it, nobody to ask for advice or information. How do things go? What is chemotherapy? What does that even look like? What did it feel like? How sick was I actually going to be? And the big old question, is there a chance that I could die? As naive as I was, I thought, you know, everybody that had cancer was old. Old people got cancer, not me. You know, I was happy. I just couldn't run up the stairs because I'd get out of breath. So I was told that I would have to endure 10 rounds of chemotherapy that would span over 8 months. Unbeknownst to me, over those 8 months, I would endure countless needles, operations, pee in red, and I would lose all 10 of my toenails. But all that I really worried about was my hair. My hair was part of me. It's part of my identity. It gave me confidence and part of my style and my femininity. And it started to fall out 1 month in, which was after the second chemo. Morning, guys. A little bit early. It's about 9 o'clock. But it's actually getting really cold now. And we spent about 2 or 3 days building the base. As you can see, it's, you know, it's not quite finished yet. So I think we're going to need a bit of help. That's better. Many hands make light work. So with our extra helpers today, I'm hoping that by the end of the day, we'll at least have all of the walls and like the door and the windows in. Ambitious, maybe. Don't actually know how good these guys are. Never employed them before, but I'm hopeful. Let's go! All right, we've got a weed sheet going down. It's mainly for the damp because Phil, our guy who sold us the cabin, said that nothing's going to grow under there anyway because there's going to be no sunlight. And the boys are slowly bringing up the front of the cabin. So we need about 6 battens, logs, tree woods, poles, pipes, slats, and then there'll be a window either side. We've got in all the framework for the door, which is very exciting because it's a double door. Cannot wait to paint it. Don't know what colour yet, but together we're getting through this quite quickly, which I'm so excited about. First one going in. That looks good to me.
Oh,
Yeah?
you knocked the foundations down.
Sorted. Can we start building yet?
No, I haven't had a cup of tea.
Time to start building. Gary's hurt himself, so we're going to give him a plaster. Come here, love. I'll get you. Where is it? That's it. Lick it all nice and get it all infected.
Cheers, Mum.
We've only got love heart plasters. All right, so I think we're about halfway. We've got the frame for the doors, the double doors, and we're just trying to count up how many blocks we need to put the window in this side, because that's kind of where the sun comes in, so we want it to come in through there. It's upside down. Might need to reassess the team, but yeah, it's looking wicked. It actually looks huge, and I am buzzing. Okay, so we're just putting in some steel rods.
There's storm guards because this is all just like Lego. It all just clips together. The only screws are in the top and in the bottom. So what this does is it stops if the wind catches this roof. It doesn't all just come apart and fly off in the wind.
Oh my god. So pretty necessary then. Alright guys, that is end of day 4. Supposed to take 2 guys, 2 days this. Absolute. Well, I'm so happy with the progress. Like, just to be able to see it come to life is so exciting. Like, I just know how good this studio is going to be, and everything that I'm going to do inside of it is just going to be brilliant. So yeah, we've got a heck of a lot done today. Like, God bless our family and friends for coming up and helping us. We are just super blessed to have such wicked mates. I love you all. Thank you so much for helping, if I haven't told you enough already. But yeah, this is where we're at. So tomorrow we'll wake up super early, so hopefully we'll be finished with it quite quickly tomorrow. And then all I gotta think about is what colour I'm gonna paint it. Any recommendations, drop it in the comments, because I don't want it to like not blend in with the background. I want it to be very natural and very cohesive with the forest. Any ideas, leave them down below. Something quirky though, something nice. Oh, and I also need a name for her, because it is a she. So maybe I could put a sign up there, so any suggestions, know what to do. So I didn't actually choose to shave my head. I was left with no choice. I remember the day that it started falling out, and although you prepare yourself mentally for it, you can never prepare for it. So I would wake up and there would be like strands on my pillow, and you could really see like the patches on my head. So eventually I just put it up in a bun and I stopped brushing it to try and like elongate the process of losing it, and it just matted on the top of my head. So I had to shave it. So I gathered all of my girlfriends, we went over my friend Alex's house, and her mum shaved it all off. I put on a really brave face at the time, and it did feel good to get the mat off my head, but now it was obvious, you know, I had cancer. I'm just like so upset at how insecure it made me, you know, through no fault of my own. I just wish I was the person I am now back then. Morning guys, so we're back on the job site this morning, even though the weather isn't really playing ball, but it is Scotland after all, so what can you do? I think the plans and the hopes were to finish it today, but if the weather gets too bad then we will stop, because project manager today, Gary, doesn't work in the rain, which is fine because I don't think the rest of us want to either really.
It's half rain.
Danny's using the jigsaw. Got a 999 on speed dial. Go on, kid.
That's going a bit quick.
Don't go too fast, okay?
I know.
Just let it do its own thing.
All right, lads, to give you a little update, the roof is on. We're trying to figure out the smart boards now that are going to cover up all the little dodgy bits. Not dodgy bits, but just tidy up the ends, so then we can put the shingles on the roof and make it watertight. Mark's been smashing the insulation inside. He's cutting it all up to fit to the boards. This is what it currently looks like. Look at this grafter. Tell you what, Mark hasn't stopped and it's looking bloody glorious in here. Top job, mate. I think we've done it, lads. Amy's gonna be buzzing with these.
My first wig, Renee was a legend in her own right. She did need a lot of grooming when I got her because I think she was made for an 80-year-old woman. I was never offered a young person shop or a young person style. There was no long-haired wigs and they were all very shiny girls. But what Renee did was she gave me confidence. I actually couldn't wait to get my first wig. I think I knew how it would make me feel, but it was 10 times better than that. I just felt a bit normal again. Like I could look in the mirror and just say, oh yeah, it's you, rather than looking in the mirror and just not liking what you see and not knowing who you see. And that isn't how anybody should live their lives. So I would have chemo every 2 weeks on a Thursday, then I'd sleep all of Friday, and then every Saturday we'd be out. Against the doctor's recommendation, but I still wanted to live my life. I was 17. I didn't want to have to pause everything because this was happening to me. And my love for wigs grew from all the way back then. Guys, day 595. This is where we are so far. So one half of the roof has gone on, the inside floor has been done, all windows, all doors are in, the decking hasn't been done yet. This is old stuff that we've taken out of our house just to be able to have something to stand on. But today, me and Craig are going to tackle the other side of the roof, the other half, while it's not raining. All this morning, I've been buying stuff to put inside. Everything's coming together and I'm just so excited. Like every day I wake up, I come out and I see it stood there and I'm like, amazing. How many days left on this do you think there is, Craig?
A week.
No. Do you think? So the things that are left to do is the veranda area. There's like a little balcony that goes around it, the decking on the veranda, the steps down onto the garden, and then just small little bits like covering the sides where you can see underneath the cabin, just to make it look a bit tidier. But all in all, I think 2.5 days. We'll see. We could be here come spring next year, to be fair.
All right, lads, we're on the last stretch. I tell you what, this roof has been a mission, but it's also been super fun because I've learned how to do a shingle roof. Hats off to you roofers out there, because this is hard graft. It's also an art as well. I don't know if you can figure it out from the time lapses, but you have to stagger them and you have to cut like half bits for the ends, because obviously you want the water to hit the top and run off and not go underneath anything. What's cool about this project is that I'm just learning more again. You know what I mean? I feel like even though we had a lot of help, I could probably build a log cabin now. Maybe not on my own, but I would know what to do. Although the guys who bought this cabin off, they've had a lot of questions from us. But yeah, it just goes back to the old saying, which, you know, has been our mantra for years. Rule your own world. So many people are like, you can't do that, you can't do this, you should be doing that. Do what you want. Do what you want. And that's exactly what we do. And it's so freeing because you are your own boss. You might have an actual boss, but in life, you are your own boss. So just remember that. If you want to lay a shingle roof, lay a shingle roof. Ah! Got you. So this is where we're at, lads. Jeezy beauty. Looks great, man. Looks so cool. Also, whilst I've been on this roof, I've been looking at this treehouse a lot and thinking, I can't wait to get stuck into that and build something epic. Any ideas? Also, if you know any good treehouse YouTube channels, leave them in the comments too, because I want to see them. All right, the next job is to have a bit of a clean up here and remove the temporary decking boards that we use from the house and put the actual decking boards on, which look ace. I don't actually have the deck screws. Amy went shopping for them about 3 hours ago.
I was diagnosed on the 28th of the 2nd, 2008, and I was finally given the all clear on the 10th of the 10th, 08. 8 months altogether. Today is actually my 16-year cancerversary, so it actually feels like my birthday today. Craig bought me presents and a card this morning. I just love it. It makes me feel so happy just knowing what happened and what I came through. So now that I have come through the other side, I wanted to share something important with you. When your life is at risk, everything becomes clearer. You can't help but think of all the places that you want to go and the things that you're going to miss out on in life and the moments that you want to create still. When life hands you a second chance, you know you've got to change. You realise how precious every day is. I was lucky. I got that second chance and I am not wasting it. So if you're going through chemo or you're living with alopecia or you're experiencing hair loss due to stress from work or pregnancy or anything else, don't hit the pause button on your life. There is a huge power in embracing who you are, even at the hardest of times. So you take that strength and you live as boldly and as loudly as you wish. Always remember to rule your own world. All right, everything is taped up in preparation to spray this cabin. It's taken me ages to think of a colour to put in here, and I've done so much research. I've been on Pinterest for weeks, and I've come up with white. Basically, any other colour that I put in, because the floor's going to be dark, will make it feel really small. So I'm going to go for white, bright. I'm going to do the whole thing, even the ceiling. And we've bought a big spray gun to make it happen super fast. Bug, get out, get out, get out. You are going to risk your life, fella. Don't hurt him.
I'm going to hurt him, babe. I'm trying to get him out.
I know, but you're not as gentle as me. There we go.
Okay, spray gun's loaded.
It's time to paint. Let's go.
Go on, Trevor. Give it a squirt, love.
I actually can't even see a thing because there's this thing
Don't point that at me.
Oh no, just hold it for a second. Wish me luck.
We realised that the paint is going everywhere and we should have covered the whole floor. So now we're putting more plastic sheeting down.
Honestly, this is so much fun. It's incredible how fast you can do it. Like, imagine we were doing this with a paintbrush. It would take so long, but what has all of this taken? Like 25 minutes?
Yeah, it's epic.
So good.
So satisfying to watch.
I know, Craig's just put music on. I'm like this. And it looks so good already. Like, it really is the vision that I thought of, and it's just coming to life, and it's getting me so excited to like put everything in here. I know I've got way too much now. I've been shopping far too much and I'm not gonna fit it all in, but I can't wait. Got a rug coming tomorrow, got to pick a chandelier up on Tuesday. You probably don't know this, but I used to do spray tanning as a hobby. I used to go around all my friends and do it. Job done. I guess I'll come back in the morning to see which bits I need to go over. And maybe we'll do the floor tomorrow as well. So I'm starting my own wig line. I just think that if anybody in this world is going to create an exceptionally beautiful wig line, it should be me. I have trialed and tested them all. Blonde, ginger, fairy mullet, hillbilly mullet, curly, cute, real hair, synthetic hair, front lace, silk tops, glueless, the list goes on. Financially, it can be really difficult to buy a wig when you're going through treatment. A good wig can set you back like £500 to £1,000 and upwards. I want to be able to offer a variety of good quality, realistic, well-priced wigs to anybody and everybody who may need them. I want to banish the stigma around wigs for both men and women. I want to build self-confidence and boost people's self-esteem and really build resilience in everybody that needs it most. And the garden studio is my space to make that happen. P.S. Please buy a wig when they come out. All right, it's time to screw down the deck. Anywhere?
You want to go into the wood.
Put safety on it.
I hope so if you're using it.
She's beautiful. And she's in the woods.
Poor lad. That's a top quality deck you got there, love.
I know, I love it.
Top quality broomstick as well.
I can't believe we built this spray.
Now we've got to figure out how to make this balcony. That feels like it's way too long.
Oh. All right, so this is what we're working with right now. And I don't know about you, but to me, that looks wrong. There's all of this. So yeah, these are obviously the wrong lengths that we've got. So while we wait for Phil to answer the phone from the cabin place, we're going to take the sheet out inside that I put down to paint. We're going to take all the windows off. It's going to look amazing.
The sun's come out, it's turned into a belter day. Trev's gone to get some paint, so I'm going to start cutting up this balcony and fitting it. Turns out they were the wrong size, so we just got to do a bit of adjusting. But it's going to be safety first. Almost finished, I just need handrails and this post, which is going to attach straight to the deck.
I'm actually already in love with how amazing this space looks. And when the sun comes in. Everything's painted, everything's dried, and I guess the only thing left to do now is the floor. I don't want to keep it this colour. It's a bit light and it's a bit muddy, to be honest. But this is the vision I had. So like a deep, classic, vintage, old money, dark stained wood. Like a walnut / mahogany, but not so much mahogany. So I went to the shop this morning and the lady told me in order to achieve that look, this is what I need. This is a big deal, this is a big decision because this is quite dark and I really don't want it to bring in the space, but I'm just gonna go for it. I've spent too long being so indecisive that I really need to just get on with it. So let's do it. Look at the state of those stairs. You buzzing, Craig?
You can't get a tree big enough for my CV these days.
They are the most beautiful set of stairs I think I've ever seen.
I mean, they're not finished, for people wondering like, why do they look like that?
I got excited.
They work, which is the best part. So I made 3 stringers and I didn't film it because I thought all the builders out there would be like, you're doing it wrong.
Don't let anyone judge you, Craig.
Nah, I just couldn't be bothered to film it, if I'm honest. It was hard enough just doing it. So yeah, we've got 3 stringers. There's like cement blocks at the bottom. I'm debating whether to fill those with cement just to make it extra safe. I'm gonna fill in the gaps with deck board, put the bottom step on, put a front on that, and Bob's your uncle.
Can you believe you've just built stairs?
I know, it's the first thing we've actually built without like it being cut to size. It's really fun. I'm actually having the time of my life doing this.
Aww.
And the fact that, yeah, you're not interested in this, but you love the finished result is great because
Yeah.
I think that's even more satisfying when it's done and then I'm like, test out your stairs and you
Yeah.
love it. I'm stoked. Almost there, babes.
Almost there.
This is a mighty task, but it's all coming together now. It looks great. I think the steps really make it come together. It's going to be ace.
So if you're going through cancer right now, you got this. Just remember to stay strong, but most importantly, stay positive. And if you're not going through cancer, but you've got a friend or a family member and you're just not sure what to say, just love them. Let them know that you're there for them no matter what, and if they need anything, they can count on you. All right, the garden studio is complete. We've even built stairs, thanks to Craig, and added sideboards to make it all super neat and tidy. It was a hell of a job. Pretty straightforward, but very physical and time consuming. So all in all, I think it took us about 10 days to complete it. And now I just can't wait to get my hands on the interior to design it all. That barn has been bursting at the seams with things that I've bought over the last 2 months, and I have no idea how I'm going to fit it all in there. So come back next week. We'll give you a full tour, a big grand reveal on everything that we've done with it. See you next week. Thanks again to Fiverr for sponsoring this video. If you need any help with the project, then their link is in our description.